Boy, Alf, you ready for this? Let's do this.
Welcome to the Blue Line. I'm Alf Blasis. He's Mark Fera. He's a Toronto Maple Leaf guy, and this is our first TBL podcast. So, Mark, the Leafs have a bunch of high-end, top-line contracts. Kyle Dubas is going to have to deal with these contracts pretty much every season and try and work things under the salary cap so that everybody fits in under. He's kind of hamstrung, but who's responsible for it? Dubas or someone else? What's your take?
Well, it's easy to blame Dubas because he's the guy here and the team hasn't had first round success, even though they've had extremely massive success during the regular season. But I'm blaming Lou Lamoriello for a lot of what's taken place, especially with the big contracts. After speaking to Mitch Marner's dad a few years ago, he came out and admitted to me that Lamoriello, in fact, had the chance to sign all of those players the year before they actually did for a lot less money. Lamoriello, being as cheap as he is, and I'm going to show you a real cool piece here in about 2 seconds, decided to wait. And it burnt us because those guys all went out, had great seasons. And from that point on, they obviously have reached the milestone they have with the contracts they're getting now. Now, we talk about Lamoriello and being as cheap as he is, and let's not forget about the Patrick Marleau trade that took place where he had to trade away a first-round pick just to get him out of town, and that Zaitsev trade, which stung us real bad because we had to throw Connor Brown into that deal. And how nice would Connor Brown look in our lineup right now? Now, speaking of cheap with Lamoriello, I mean, those words have gone with him for many, many years. This here's a really cool piece of memorabilia that I've got in the collection. And this is actually, in fact, Auston Matthews' helmet from his very first National Hockey League game, where, of course, he would score those 4 goals. And it was matched. The team was able to identify it based on 2 reasons. One, the 34 here, Matthews would only use this style of helmet for the first few games until he would change it to a different style where this 34 would no longer be able to fit down here, and they would use a different style up in here. But what makes this really interesting was the billion-dollar corporation, the Toronto Maple Leafs, were so cheap thanks to Lou Lamoriello, he was actually making them peel this sticker off to use it on the next helmet. So when the helmet came up, had that 34, didn't have that leaf, and this style of helmet, they were immediately able to identify that this was, in fact, the 4-goal helmet that Auston Matthews would wear in his first National Hockey League game.
It's one of those interesting stories that Mark's going to tell us a lot about over the course of the next few weeks, months on the Blue Line Official. And remember, we are the Blue Line Official on all socials. Check us out. Let us know what you think. We got plenty more content coming in the next few weeks. We're pumped. Hope you are too. Subscribe.